Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. Thank you for joining us today on our Thanksgiving special. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have a great time with your family. My name is Chris Capper and we are in Frederick, Colorado on a beautiful snowy day. Great, I know those ski slopes are getting ready for our skiers and this is the coach to take to get you and your family out there. So what we're looking at today is a 2025 Winnebago Revel 44E. This is on the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter chassis. This is the new version, the 2023 chassis, which has an inline 4-cylinder 2.0 liter turbo diesel engine. With that, you're going to get 211 horsepower and 330 foot-pounds of torque. Now, moving down here, you're going to see for a day like this, I'm going to want these BF Goodrich all-terrain tires. These are just so great for the snow or mud, and being that this is an all-wheel drive coach, it's going to get you and your family up to those ski slopes safely. And then we have this new custom designed Winnebago aluminum alloy rim. It looks super sharp, blacked out, just makes this whole thing look great. Coming over here, one of the upgrades too for 2025, and you can't see it too well because we're having some snow out here if you haven't seen, but I have this nice board right here, which is a heavy duty rugged board. I've got my marker lights here, and right here there's a little spot that you can put a security loop for your bikes, or if you're out here under this nice carefree awning, you can have your dogs leashed so that way they don't go and chase that squirrel. Probably not too many squirrels or rabbits out in this weather, just to be clear. So under this carefree awning, it's got a nice wind sensor. I've got these nice LEDs on it right here, just perfect. So if you see over here, not getting as much snow. And then what I have out here is my true induction cooktop. So I can actually cook my dinner out here in the snow, having fun while everybody's locked up inside. Why would you want to do that? And then this is a new feature. Before we had an L-track design. This is a nice cam strap right here, so you can adjust this accordingly to make sure this is nice and level. What's great about induction, and what's great about this entire coach, is there's no propane needed. So propane is going to off-gas that. It's not as efficient as an induction. And then here I can cook my eggs in the morning for my family, bacon if you're into that. I am, my wife isn't. So you can cook anything that you want. I can even cook a stew on that for 6 hours at a low temperature and just get that going, just like a crock pot. So pretty awesome here. And then we'll also notice here I've got a bug screen and this rolls down. So on a day like today, I'm not going to have that roll down. I'm probably going to have this shut once it's time to get to sleep. But why not have my chairs out here and kicking out in the snow, getting ready to hit those slopes in the afternoon. Just rest a little bit, get some nice lunch. So coming back here is my exhaust system. And again, you can see those nice BF Goodrich all-terrain tires. Now back here, got a few things. So of course on this Mercedes 2500 Sprinter chassis, I have 5,000 pounds of tow capacity. With that 330 foot-pounds of torque, I can tow my car up the mountains with that. As long as you're under that 5,000, probably recommend being under 4,200 pounds just for safety reasons. But it is rated for 5. I always like to be extra safe. And then that's where you pull that off. It's got a nice cover on it right here. And then here's your 7-way plug. Now coming up from that, we have this really heavy duty Revel logoed, ladder. Words are hard to come by today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you on the roof where we have 210 watts of solar. Now we can upgrade that. Let's make sure if I do fall, hope you guys enjoy it. But if you want to bring the camera up here, I'm going to show the roof so you can see what we got up there. So as you can see, that's my 210 watts of solar right there. And you can also put additional, there's a luggage rack up here so you have additional space. And then we have this Coleman Mach Q air conditioner. And look at that. With the right snow boots and the right equipment, this baby, super strong. So coming over here, let's check out this baby. So I can open this all the way just to get as much air in here as I want. I've got this nice bug screen that just comes down, keeps out the mosquitoes and gnats, but it won't keep out your X's. So, and then right here we do have magnets. So if you want to get in and out, you don't actually have to roll that up and down each time. You can just use these magnets, and then there's a little piece of Velcro. So What this won't stop is a rambunctious dog trying to get out and get those rabbits. So just remember, it is for a specific purpose. Now down here, I've got this 6 L-track stations, and there's the connectors that go in here, completely adjustable, and every 6 inches what you're going to see here is you're going to see screws. This is screwed down into the chassis. And so while you're looking at that, let me get something I forgot. Being a cold day, it's really important to talk about. This has 3M Thinsulate throughout, multi-layers of 3M Thinsulate. That is the best in class to keep this as warm as possible. They also include thermal brakes to keep you and your family warm in the cold. What this right here is, this is a honeycomb design. If you think like a Yeti cooler has air between the inside and the outside, and they're super effective. And that's basically the same concept. So this honeycomb design is here. That's what's under this right here. So you can see where that is. And what this is doing is providing a thermal break from the cold, where we're at like 32 degrees right now. So from the cold, and it's going to give you that thermal break. And on top of that, we have this nice scratch resistant piece. So whether you got your dogs or your cats in here, or you just have your bikes in here, or your kids, and everybody's being a little rough and gruff, we've got this all throughout the coach inside for this. And what that's going to do is going to maintain the longevity of your coach and make everything look nice. So let's talk about this battery system. This battery system, we have an 8400 lithium ion battery, and with that we also have the Lithionics battery management system, and that's designed to, when things get a little colder, it's going to actually self-heat those batteries. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the heating when we get inside. You can upgrade this to 16,800 watt hours, and that would take away this little spot right here. So this is great if you don't need all that battery and you're going to be plugged in sometimes, or you just use that heavy duty alternator on this diesel engine. There's a second alternator to charge these up. So with both batteries, you can charge this on 2 hours of driving. But in the meantime, if you don't need that, you have an extra space for storage right here for whatever you need. And then your fuses are here and your circuit breakers are there. And you'll notice throughout this, I have 110 throughout this, down here, up here. And then this is my wet bay. So you can see this is winterized right now, but it's super easy to fill your tank valve right here, and you can take an outside shower, which I'm all about outside showers. And if you need that, you just turn on your water pump right here. So anyway, this right here, so I have a high def camera. We'll show you that a little bit when we get inside. So let's go ahead, and one last thing. You can sit down on this. So in the 2024 and prior versions, you couldn't. You have a nice little seating area. And then if you notice up here, I have a little spot to put some more gear. And then I have another piece that's attached to get more gear. And I have my garage light, which I can easily turn on and turn off right there. I can recycle my batteries right here. Extra solar, guys. I can plug in extra solar right here, and then I have a 12-volt connection. Little extra storage in the doors. Are you guys having fun? I am. The snow is so fun. So you'll notice I've got some of my exterior lights on, and this is where we can get that extra space on that bed. It's a 49-inch by 79-inch bed. So even tall guys, 6'3" and whatnot, can lay down on here in comfort because we have these kickouts right here. This is where I have my 5-gallon cassette toilet in here, and it's super easy to pull that out, empty that, pop it right back in, and you can see some of that Thinsulate in there. That Thinsulate is everywhere. So more kick right here so you can get up and get out. This is where my exhaust is for my heater. We'll talk about that when we get inside. Diesel, this is a diesel coach. What's great about diesel is they just last longer. So they last a lot longer than gas. And then this is my interior. The one thing I want to point out to you right here is you can pretty much get these however you want for comfort. These are super comfortable. I even have an electric lumbar support right here, and being someone who has a couple back problems, that really helps. Additional storage on both sides, and then I have a massive AGM chassis battery right under here. So So we're gonna be real quick. This is where my diesel exhaust fluid, my coolant, it has this system is electronic in so many ways. It monitors everything, fuel consumption and all that. Monitors your oil, so there's no need for an oil dipstick. You can add one if you want, but there's really no need because everything's taken care of inside. You can fill my oil here, windshield wiper fluid, brake fluid, and then here's where if you want to charge your battery, if you need to do that, you just pop that there. That's your positive and your neutral. It's right here. So don't need to spend a lot of time on this because it's a sweet engine. The new inline 4-cylinder turbo, a lot better than before. And if you look right up here, I've got that nice Revel top up there, and on each side of that I have 2 lights. That's 22,000 lumens of light. So if you're getting up there and it's late at night and you just want to blast that, you can see everything. Man, I drive home on near Chatfield Reservoir, and there's a herd of elk that crosses by. Having lights like that would really be helpful. So let's come on inside and talk about what we got in here. So first, I want to show you these seats. So this is new for 2025. So first, I can bring the seat out to give a little bit more space for bigger people, adults, or kids who just don't want to get along. Now, I like to drive in comfort, so I like reclining seats. So I can actually bring this forward and I can recline that back pretty significantly. And this has a little bit of lumbar support in there with the neck rest. And what else do we have? We have a 3-point safety belt here. So that's going to give you the best safety for you and your family when you're driving down the road. And another really cool thing, oh, you got to bring that back. We have a nice table right here, which is fully adjustable height, and I can put this where I want. And look at that, it's not some MDF junk that you see in some other copycat brands. This is ply wood right here, so it's multi-ply, super strong. And then both of these chairs do turn around, so you can have the whole family sitting inside. If today is a little bit too much for you to be outside, even with that great Carefree wind sensor awning, you can do everything in here. A little extra storage space right here, so you can figure out what you want to put in there. Maybe the dog food can sit in there. And then while you're here, just kind of bring this out here. So this is in the same place that it was. So we have a nice refrigerator and a little freezer right here. And if that's not enough for you, you can actually hook up a larger fridge cooler in the back and just tighten it down on those L-track. Now notice where I have this plugged in. I have this true induction cooktop plugged in right here. I also have additional USB-A, USB-C there, I believe, in a 12-volt. And then right here, this is a great feature. So this is new for 2025. This comes out, whew, my hair's getting wet. This comes out. This is a bamboo cutting board. Wood is, in my opinion, the best way to cut food on. Has natural enzymes there to get the bacteria, kill them. So all you do is wash this with soap and water. Put every once in a while, put some nice oil, specific oil that you put on that, food safe oil, and you can cut on that. But for the most part, this just extends your countertop, so you have a lot of space in here to cook. And then, so if you want to join me, let me show you how this, I'm going to pop this bed down, 49-inch by 79-inch bed, and you can flip it to whichever side is more comfortable for you. I was planning on getting up there, but I'm a little too snowy, so I don't want to mess it up for the future people, so I'm not going to lay in it. But what you'll see here is I have a nice Coleman Mach air conditioner right where you want it, and then I can adjust where, if I want that blowing that way or both. And I can, it's all digital, so I can adjust that. And I also have where I can adjust this on me here as well. And then if you can get in here, so I have blackout shades, and I can also have screens. And then these right here will open really nicely on a day like today. I'm going to keep them nice and closed, but during a summer day, I can actually close them most of the way, and it leaves a little bit of space right here for when you have your fan on. It just pulls that air in through here. I'll have that down to keep any mosquitoes or flies out. But again, for today, that's where we're going to be. So plenty of lights up here. This is super comfortable. Man, I am a bed snob. I have a great Tempur-Pedic bed at home. This right here would be so comfortable for me as well. So coming in here, let's look at another, I can get these off now. So let's look at another feature. So this is new as well. Before we had the older clip design. So this is a compression lock. So if you see when this comes in, that then pulls up and compresses against this. And so what that means is that whatever I have in here is going to be safe because it's nice and locked in. But when you're driving, man, you know, when you're driving these RVs and just everything is like clicking and clacking and rattling because of all that, this right here is tight. So this isn't going to be one of those issues that are rattling. I've got a nice little place where I can just hang something right here on this Winnebago logo. It's like a faux leather backsplash right here. Now here I can put my sponges, dish soap, or even spices in here. This comes out, spray and flow on this, so it's easy to wash dishes. And you know, for a B-van, this is a nice stainless steel sink right here. I can hit that pump on right there to pull that out. And then not a lot of storage space here, but there is a space available. So Winnebago said, let's give it to them. So you can put your soap down there. My wife does not like me to keep anything on the counter, so that's probably where my soap's gonna be. And then I have a USB-C, USB-A, two 120 volt plug-in outlets right here, and then all these open, and then I've got nice soft closed drawers, and then a big one right here, and I got those metal rails on the side to hold everything in there. In the prior edition, you had a little cutting board that came out here, which then blocks your way to walk back and forth. Now it comes out here, and just so you're looking, you can just get a nice view of how much space I have available to me on this. So really sweet system. Here's my Carefree awning, my awning lights, my other lights right here, so I can control everything super easy right here. And let's look at this bathroom. This is a new design on this. Before it was this kind of longer, harder to accessible to get to door. This opens up. I've got a nice mirror, so if I want to do my shaving in there. And then here I've got these two little cases. There's one case here, there's one inside there, and these are all the little things that they give you. So this is for your outside shower. You can actually hook that into it. You've got a little spray, so if your dog or you are a little dirty or you want to wash your snow boots off, you can do that in here. And the cool thing is that because of the way this 35-gallon tank is, it is molded. Winnebago does their own roto molding. It is molded to take up as much space to give you as much amount of water in there. And there's a special sensor in there, a loop sensor, that when it gets down to 40 degrees, it automatically starts heating that to prevent freezing. So it's pretty cool. This right here comes out. So if you're not going to use this right here, you can just take this out. Or if you just want to use this for a toilet, you can actually put that up a notch. So I am leaning against the pump right here. So I have a nice cassette toilet. These are super easy to use. And here we have a Luna bed, and that goes in the front cab. So here I can have, you know, my two adults sleeping up there, and then I could have my daughter Halia, my wife and I up there. My daughter Halia could be up front, and this goes across the beds. It goes across there, it inflates, and it's very comfortable. Now, when you're taking a shower and you forgot to close all the curtains and everything, this is a new feature too. So we have this metal piece that comes out. And so here I am coming out, and I got my birthday suit on, and now that's gonna close that off so nobody can see. I personally don't care, my wife does, so to each your own. So right here you can see where I have a heat area. So the heat's coming out. I have a forward and rear heat area. So let me show you where that is. It's gonna be straight up here. Now, this is the Timberline system. And if you click here, it's by Elwell. This right here is the absolute best system. This is a hydronic heating solution. So it's gonna work at 8,000 feet, 10,000 feet, where a lot of these, this runs off your diesel tank, so again, no propane. A lot of those get carbon buildup when they get up to those altitudes. This is a best-in-class system. So not only does it have a diesel burner, which is running right now, I don't know if you can hear that, it also has an electric burner. So for the most part, I'm just gonna use the diesel when I'm dry camping off-grid. You can use the electric element here. So, and it's super easy to, I can set my fan on manual or reverse, and I've got my forward and my rear, so I can do daytime if I want it 84 degrees. My God, why would you want that? So I can set daytime to 60, whatever, and then my nighttime a little cooler because I like to sleep cooler at night, and then I can also set my fan. So I've got my front, my rear, set all that up with that. Right below this is where I can turn on my water pump here. Tank levels, I can see my tank levels and my battery levels as well. And coming up to this is where my battery management system is. So I can see based on current usage where how much days and hours that I have. So I have 1 day, 6 hours at current battery usage. I'm not getting a lot of solar input right now because I do have some snow on there, as you saw earlier. And so I can see I have 0 watts of input. Now, as soon as I start that the chassis up, what's going to happen is that extra heavy duty alternator is going to charge that and start charging that really quickly. So even when you're out there, you're going to be able to keep everything going. In optimal conditions with the battery upgrade, you can be out up to 7 days on this system right here. So here, more additional storage right here with that nice compression lock. This is your Winnebago owner's bag. And let us move over here. So on that inverter, this is called the EcoFlow 5-in-1 Power Hub Pro. We have a 3,600 watt inverter, which goes 48 volts to DC to 120 volts AC, alternating current. And then we have a 1,000 watt DC to DC converter, which goes from your 48 volt battery pack to to a 12 volt. So that's what we have everything in there. And that's charged all by your solar. You can charge it when it's plugged in like I did last night. And you can also charge it with the extra alternator on this. So, and again, 210 watts of solar, you can upgrade to 1,600 watts. Nice max air fan right here. So we talked a little bit about opening these windows up on that partial setting, and that's going to pull that air right out and keep everything really nice. So I'm going to come over here and start up this engine. Well, let me take this out. So that Euroloft bed, 49 by 79 inch bed, that's how you control it right here. And it's got a little key, so that way your kids aren't messing around with it while you're driving. Probably wouldn't be good, especially at some bikes or e-bikes back there strapped into that nice L-Track system. So on our diesel, we talked about it has a 25-gallon diesel tank, 35-gallon freshwater tank. And when I start that, and then this is the Mercedes-Benz. So some people are afraid that, well, you know, how am I going to get this serviced? I had a friend of mine, he is an Army test pilot for helicopters, and Todd, and so he literally called Mercedes at Westminster and took this right in, had this updated in 2 days. So pretty cool. If you have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you can just plug with a USB-C cord into your phone, and that's going to take over from this right here. I have 2 charging ports right there, and then I have places. So, man, in this weather, all of us Coloradans, go ahead and keep extra boots, extra gloves, all that. So you can keep your gloves right in here, so that way you always have them available. I know I do, and I have another space right there. So we got this like carbon graphite kind of look right here. And then on this, I'm going to have adaptive cruise control, so I can set that right here. And then on a day like today, when I was coming into work, I actually had the I think this is a 3 or 4 position sensor, so I had the most sensors on my Mercedes between me and the next car, because when you're driving in conditions like this, you want to make sure you have enough capacity to stop, especially if the driver in front of you comes to an emergency stop. And I can control, so let me get this down. So I can control everything here, Sirius XM, FM, AM. And then, so here I can connect my phone to this. I've got navigation. We already saw the radio. I can just Bluetooth and listen to what I want to listen to. And then here, I can see everything. We talked about how advanced this engine is. I can see what my battery voltage is, my current consumption, even the operator's manual if you want. And then here, I can add additional apps. I think you can add Waze to this. I'm a big fan of Waze. And then where are we looking at here? I'm missing a spot. Here we go, settings. So the main settings on this, you can turn everything on or off. So my active lane keeping assist, a lot of people want that off. I like that on. And then parking assistant, here I can look at everything. Now when I'm backing up, what's so cool about this is I get like a God's eye view, and I can see where I'm turning to. And not only do I see where I'm turning to, I can see where I'm kicking out. So that way I don't hit another driver. And if I am gonna be attaching to a car or something, I can see again, right down on where I'm gonna connect that into. So it's really cool. Front view, wide view, God's view. So you just have so many options with this. I'm gonna put this back in here. And then I also have this emergency brake, but this just pushes down so that way I can turn this around, this chair around, and still keep everything engaged. Just to make sure I didn't miss anything, we're on a 2025 Winnebago Revel. And then with this coach right here, we're 19 feet 6 inches long, 6.5 inches wide, and interior height is just under 10 feet at 9 feet 11 inches. So that'll fit into most of the modern higher garages. So a lot of people don't have to get a higher garage for that. 25-gallon fuel, 35-gallon fresh, 5-gallon capacity on that toilet, and then you have a 21-gallon gray tank, which I did forget to mention. So being that it's Thanksgiving, I just want to say that first and foremost, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for Transwest. I worked at 5 different dealerships, and this is absolutely the best dealership that I've ever worked. We are a privately owned corporation, and I've never worked at a place that treats the employees and the customers at the level of detail that we do here. So I'm so grateful to be working here. And most of all, I am so thankful for our customers, which is what gives us the opportunity to be here and talking to you. So I just want to say thank you for joining me today. I hope you and your family have a wonderful Thanksgiving week. And if you're interested in this coach or any other coach, I promise to take great care of you. My name is Chris Capper. You can reach me at 813-333-2988. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving.